bucket, and he finishes with 32 on 12 of 19 shooting. As we take a look at the Kaiser Permanente shot chart, doing it from all over, and really that shot chart should include a lot of Brook Lopez's like outlines on the floor where he was victimized.
Yeah, cut out of Brook.
Let's hear from CP3.
Chris, Mark Medina, USA Today. Monty was praising you and Devin and DeAndre for having a lot of talks about just what that dynamic will be from a chemistry standpoint. What did those discussions throughout the season entail? What do you think it's taken to get to this point?
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. It was some tough ones. DA couldn't have said it better. You know, sometimes, you know, people take it as arguing or whatnot, but I think it was all constructive. You know, talking about pace. You know, they've been on me about getting the ball up the floor faster, talking to DA about the angles of the screens. And you see, you know, as the season goes on, how much that stuff is important, about hitting the bottom, getting out, making yourself open. And I could show you play after play where it helped tonight.
Chris in the back right.
Chris Haynes, Yahoo Sports. Chris, can you talk about the first 5 or 6 minutes for you? It seemed like it took a little bit to kind of settle in, and you took off. When did it start to click, and what were you feeling in those initial minutes?
I just missed. It's my first couple shots. You know what I mean? I think that's the way that we play. Book got it going. I think Book had 12 in the first quarter, and that's just the way our team is. It's not just one guy that we depend on. You know, Kale could get going. Jay might be hot. DA might have it going, and we just feed off of each other, and it's sort of just all game long, this guy, that guy, and we just try to find a way to win.
Brian, over here on the left side.
Hey, Chris. Obviously, we know you waited a long time, but the fans here waited a long time to see the Suns playing the finals again. Did you get to kind of just, you know, notice how much they were taking in this whole scene and how much they were enjoying what you guys were doing out there today?
Not really. Not really. Probably maybe initially when we run out for warm-ups, but I'm just so locked into the game. I ain't really paying attention to much, you know, just trying to stay in the moment. Yeah, no, it got crazy loud during one of those timeouts, but it's exciting, and you know, that's one win, and I think I'm just focused on the task at hand.
Dwayne in the front.
Yes, Dwayne Rankin, Arizona Republic. Chris, the pick and roll tonight with you and DeAndre, and then Devin getting involved in the pick and roll. What were you guys seeing tonight that led it to just seemingly flowing and getting buckets seemingly every time you guys went to it?
We play a lot of basketball, you know, so we sort of know. I was watching them soccer games today, which was crazy. I watched that hockey game last night, you know, and I'm watching that like, damn, how do you know to pass it there? And, you know, and they probably think the same thing with us, you know, but we do this so often, and we've seen just about every coverage you could possibly see, so it's second nature. And I think our coaches, the way they've prepared us since training camp, day in and day out, it seems repetitive to some, but for us, it's necessary. So.
Follow on top, you're talking about pace. You guys had 20 points in transition. You know, as far as pushing it, Mikal, is that just an automatic when he's ahead to get it to him?
Yeah, they be on me bad about that, especially Willie Green. Willie was my teammate. Willie always said that I held on to the ball too long. You know what I mean? But it's, like I said, constructive criticism. You know, in that Clipper game, the closeout game, Willie came and said we need to get the ball over half court with 20 seconds. You know, so I'm trying to make a conscious effort of making sure we're playing with the right pace.
Ramona and then Gina to Zoom.
Chris, Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. You know, Adam Silver gave his press conference that he always does at the finals before the game, and he said it's kind of poetic justice that you and him were on the phone so much last year, from March till whenever the bubble started, and then now all of a sudden you're here. I mean, I don't know if you've ever put all that in perspective of all the things you did to keep the league going, and now you've ended up yourself here in the finals. But how do you sit with that
Not
statement? Too
often. I mean, I'm just like everybody else. I got those memories that come up on my phone and show you where you were like a year ago. Dooley, Abdul Nader came up to me in the locker room before the game. He was like, "See, a year ago today, we left to go to the bubble." You know, so it's amazing to think all the things that's taken place since then. But I'm grateful for where I am now, and happy to have this opportunity.
Gina Mizell, Suns.com. Chris, Monty shared before the game that the message around the facility on all the screens was just go hoop. Yeah, I mean, just when it's the message is that simple, where it's not like here's a tactical game plan thing, like just go out and play. Like, how much does that put a team at ease just to trust what you've done to get here and just, hey, go out and play?
I think it's really good for our team because I've said it all season long. One thing that we're going to be is prepared. We're going to be prepared for every game. So, we always talk about, when preparation meets opportunity. So, shoot around. Coach said, go hoop. Y'all know what to do.
Palmer on Zoom.
Next up is going to be Brendan Klein with Locked On Suns.
Hey, Chris. I'm curious with the way that you guys were able to kind of have a solution to a lot of the defenses that you saw them throw at you today. How much of that was scripted versus you guys just reading and reacting to what they were doing?
Combination of both. Like I said, we play a lot of basketball, watch a lot, and our coaches told us all the different things to be prepared for. We played against these guys twice. We prepared for Giannis or not Giannis, so we're sure they're going to make some adjustments going in the game too, and we'll probably do the same.
Final question is Kent Somers with the Arizona Republic.
After your voice and many others in DA's ears throughout the year, what are you most proud of the way he's played this postseason?
I was sitting in the back during DA's press conference just now, just hearing him talk, just seeing maturity in him, not only as a basketball player but as a person. Everybody doesn't get a chance to know him off the court, but he has the biggest heart. One of the best guys you'll ever meet. So the success and the recognition that he's getting right now is well deserved, and I couldn't be happier for another guy on our team. Not even you, Book. Yep.
All right, thank you, Chris.
All right. There's Chirs Paul, third player 36 years or older to score 30 in an NBA Finals game, and the first with 30 points and at least 8 assists in a Finals debut since Michael Jordan. I want to go back to Shaq because Shaq had a question for the panel, and we didn't give him a chance to ask it. What do you got for us?
Steve Isaiah Kenny, I asked Devin Booker, as a prolific scorer, does he go into the game at this point in the season saying, I need to average this amount of points? Because, from watching guys like you, Isaiah, and all the other greats, I saw that when you came into the playoffs, the PPG had to raise at least 3 to 5 points. But then if you made it to the finals, you had to average more. So my mindset was always, if I ever got back to the finals, I had to average 40. I was surprised by his answer. Were you guys surprised by his answer?
I would say yes, I was surprised, but not really, because this is his first time, to the plate. And Shaq, I always came into the game saying, okay, I got to account for 40 points, whether that be, scoring and assisting. A combination of every night I wanted to see 40-plus points on the stat sheet from myself, contributing to the game. Because if I can get 40, then we can count on somebody else, to contribute the other 60 to get us to 100-plus.
I wasn't surprised, only because he's a guy who knows he's going to get his shots. So, if there's I think guys who don't get as many opportunities might say, I got to make sure I take 10 shots. I used to say, for me, it was that, because it didn't go through me at times. So I was like, no, I got to make sure I'm aggressive and get more shots up. And I got to make sure. So for a guy who's getting those shots, I don't think he had a problem. And we talked to him a lot about Shaq, about how much Chirs Paul dominated in third. But I started counting the switch and pick and rolls when Devin Booker was getting it in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. And Zeke and Smitty, they went 9 out of 11 in the first half when they switched. Yep. 9 baskets out of 11. I wasn't counting the third quarter with Chris. Then that happened. So, for me, I just think that it's important. Of a guy like that, Shaq, he's going to get his. Smitty, what you think?
Well, I think you're right, Kenny. I think he knows he's going to get his. And I think from a two-guard standpoint, my mindset was how many double teams I'm going to be able to draw. How many times I'm going to be able to get to the free throw line to be able to get my teammates into the bonus. I kind of had the mentality of Shaq and Hakeem Olajuwon because not being athletic, I started playing on the block. I mean, and watching bigs, I said, if I can draw a double, that means somebody else is going to get an easy shot, and then it'll come back around for me in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know, because if you can draw a double as a two-guard down on the block, it's going to get everybody in the rotation. So that was my mindset. How many double teams can I have you getting down on the block?
You had the right mindset, and you did it.
And Shaq, you didn't ask me, which I understand, but we talked to Devin Booker about getting to the free throw line in the first quarter. I thought he took advantage of those matchups and really hunted fouls early in the game, which is an incredibly smart strategy for someone in his first NBA Finals game. And obviously it worked for Booker and the Suns. All right, more coming up here. We haven't heard from Giannis Antetokounmpo yet. We will when we come back. How's he feeling after game one?